What up, y'all? I'm the MCMNG.
And I'm Master Shenlo.
Coming to you live from the Hive.
With another tale from the deep.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in once again, And make sure like, comment, subscribe. If you have any suggestions, anything is possible.
Yeah, you want to come on? Shit, let us know.
Yeah, just hit us up.
Options are endless around here.
Yeah, we got an inbox, we got DMs, you know what I'm saying? Just hop up in them and see where we go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back picking up where we left off on this chess game.
Shit. It's my move, right?
Yeah, smoking a blunt too.
Not roll. I packed a bong. And some...
It's the ball.
Invite. Oh, no. Headband Kush. Headband Kush. I'm the same.
Invite.
What a name. Shit, man. I like this weather, though. It's real nice. Nice and cloudy and rainy.
Chill. It was pretty warm earlier.
Yeah, definitely.
I liked it though. It was good for the timing because I had to leave, go catch the bus. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
I don't have my car yet. I should be having my car this weekend or this next coming week for sure. So yeah, I took care of the insurance company. I talked to them.
Nice, got it all figured out.
Yeah, it's all figured out. They're getting paid off, and I should be getting some money back. So nice.
That's what's up, man.
I should be getting a good
little stipend.
Yeah, a good little stack, you know what I'm saying, to help me out. Help me get ahead.
That's good, bro. You still feeling okay? Not any residual pain from that accident?
Bro, honestly, bro, the only pain I felt was just disappointment. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the most pain I felt from that accident. It was just complete, utter disappointment in myself,
I feel that.
But you gotta keep going, and just you gotta get back up, dust yourself off, and just continue the journey. That's part of it. Shit happens. Life is unpredictable, so.
Yeah. That's definitely one thing too that I learned about, one of those, like you don't know what you have until it's gone. Definitely a car is one of those things. Like shit, dude.
I've known what I had. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why it hit me so hard too, bro. Because I was so happy to have the car. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing everything I could to maintain it. That's why I was doing DoorDash and all this extra shit. You know what I'm saying? So I could freaking have the money to maintain my car and keep it up. And it was just I had a hard time seeing why it happened. I was like, man, what the fuck, bro? I really thought I had this shit in the bag, bro. I thought this was my come up, boom. You know what I'm saying? I was on it, you know what I mean? Boom, and life hit again.
Yeah.
And it just made me fall back again a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And really have to think again, because I've always seen life. I don't know if I've told you. I think I might have. I've told a couple people how I see life. It's like you're always learning how to walk. You know what I'm saying, through life. So even, for example, just stuff happens. Maybe you fall off on your game, or you know what I'm saying. Stuff happens. It brings you down in life. You know what I'm saying, and that's considered you falling.
Yeah.
And you just gotta get back up. You know what I'm saying. You gotta just gotta take a sec. Rebalance yourself, reposition yourself, and then go back at it. You know what I'm saying? And you can't just give up. You can't just fall and just be like, probably not. Do you see any babies? I ain't never seen a baby that knows how to walk or that's been learning how to walks, or runs or something, falls, and just stops, bro. Stops walking after that. No, bro. They might cry. Say some kids get right back up. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on the kid. But yeah, that's life. You always just gotta get back up and continue to walk.
Hello.
Life's just a walk.
It's a marathon.
Marathon. It's the long walk.
It's the long walk.
It's the long walk. It's the walk.
Shit, hell yeah, man.
Walk of eternity.
It's about pacing yourself,
exactly, you know, and that's how I kind of feel too, you know, like I get a little rushed, you know, like everybody can, you know, we get kind of a little ahead of ourselves, you know, and it's I don't know about everybody else, but I follow Zodiac and stuff like that, so something that's come across to me, you know, being a Taurus, is that, you know, you don't want to be the bull in the china shop, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to just jump, you know, rush into things too, you know, all freaking suddenly and mess everything up, you feel me?
Yeah.
And that's something I've really had to learn, you know, just through time, and that's how I feel this was another, you know, like checkpoint, like, you know, because even after the fact, like I was trying to get my shit going, you know, the insurance companies take forever, all this stuff take forever, and it's just like, it's just telling me to wait, you know, like just be patient, be a little more patient, you know what I'm saying, and that's what I've been doing, and I feel like things have been actually turning out better, you know, the fact that I've been starting to be more patient, you know, and like just little shit, you know, like little stuff's been happening, you know, like I told you, I met that instructor, and like that's a good opportunity for me, you feel me, and not just me, you know, like it can be for anybody, really, you know what I'm saying, like that's a good connection to have with a guy like that. So, yeah, it was like I've seen him a lot, you know. I finally actually like talked to him, you know, more, you know, and really got more information. So now I'm really gonna go in on this, you know what I'm saying, the Tai Chi martial arts deal. So that's gonna be tight. But you know, just like little stuff like that, people come into your life, you know what I'm saying, and things click, you know, certain things click, and it's like reminders, you feel me? Because like I ain't gonna lie, when I got in that wreck, bro, I felt like giving up on life again. I was like, oh my god,
yeah,
I was like, they're after me.
Yeah,
they're after me.
The time has come.
They're after me. Oh man, there's no point anymore. I swear, bro, you get like. When you break down, you know, to the most extreme and shit. So you I haven't broke down for a while. You feel me? Like I've been on this go. So it was so sudden. I was like, dang, just in shock. Like this even happened. I was like, oh my gosh, this happened. How the fuck? What did I do? You know, and then yeah, but nah, it just like I said, it needed to happen. It's like a checkpoint.
Honestly, bro, this brings me to a perfect point in like the 48 laws, you know, because you can't, you know, it talks about how you need to be like water, you know, not rigid. And, you know, when you get rigid like that, you know, if you're not open to like those experiences, or if you don't have that experience and you're so rigid and caught in your own ways, yeah, bro, when something like that comes, it's going to destroy you. And yeah, you're going to commit suicide. And like, yeah, that's why you got to be seasoned, you know, you got to be out there, you got to be open to new experiences. And like, because yeah, stuff like that, you know, there's a lot of people who, yeah, they'll go and stay in their way because it's safe, you know. I love the analogy he makes, dude. It's perfect. All right, so like Sparta, okay, these dudes, they were the perfect warriors, you know, they're the ultimate warriors, you know. But what happens when they defeat the Athenians and they take over their land, and now what? Now they have to govern over there, and they don't know how to do that. You know, they don't know what to handle with this money and all this other stuff, because they're just a warrior race. You know, they're based in warfare, and that's all they care about. And when it comes to governing and politics and all this other stuff, you know, they don't know. And because of that, the Athenian dollar, you know, takes over and allows for corruption to come in and for the Spartans to crumble and fall. You know, a mighty empire falls just because they were so rigid in their ways. They didn't know how to adapt or, you know, be open to other things, and because of it, you know, they fall.
Yeah, and that's exactly, you know, like a lot of books I've read, you know, talk about you gotta learn to be more fluid in just how you are in life, you know what I'm saying, and how you operate according to things that happen, how you see, you know, things. Because yeah, that how you see things is what really traps you in your own way, you know what I'm saying, and like how they got trapped in their own way, they see and they're like, what the heck, we're fighting, you know, we don't need this. This is senseless. And and all that corruption and
yeah, they weren't open to it, and because of it, yeah, they allowed. It essentially said that, you know, yeah, they beat the Athenians in war, but essentially the Athenians ended up winning because their dollar had won the war, because essentially it infected the Spartans, you know, and led for, you know, a lot of their people to become corrupt and, you know, give up, because, you know, Spartans, they were a lot more like, you know, they didn't need that. All they needed were like, you know, simple clothing and, you know, their spears and swords and food and, you know, warfare, and that's it. And yeah, the Athenians, they had, you know, art, they had music, they had all this other stuff. You know, I guess it said the Spartans even like outlawed music, you know, like they didn't, yeah, they weren't about any of that.
That's so weird to me. Like, why would you not like music?
I know, you would think, you know, because even like, yeah, you know, drummer boys and stuff like that, and, you know, future warfare, you know, like, why wouldn't they have, like, you know, to get their people riled up? I wonder. Maybe they did their own stuff, you know, maybe they just had chants and they consider that chanting, you know, not like music because it's, you know, it's war chants. It's, you know,
Yeah,
they probably saw it as above.
Yeah.
Better
They
than.
had a different type of meaning for them, or role, probably, in their lives.
Yeah. Definitely, you know, probably was different and they saw it as different.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Spartans were some of the greatest warriors, that's for sure. I mean, it makes sense why. It's all they focused on.
Yeah. I mean, shit, you know. And I guess that's how you become the greatest, but...
No, yeah. You know, you commit wholeheartedly to the thing, and freaking... how you learn. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I freaking just do a lot of music. You know, and that's one thing I've been learning, too, because I was on this thing where I was kind of just trying to learn a lot of shit, you know? So... but what I also learned is that it jumbled me around too much to where I didn't actually take in as much as I could have from all that, because I was so spread out. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I've been doing is just like focusing my learning, you know, in certain areas. And
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and yeah, you gotta be open to, you know, in certain things, you know, like.
Yeah.
But.
Definitely.
You also gotta know what
Limits.
Like, your limits. You know? Limitations are necessary. And, you know, your body, your mind, bro, it's limited, bro. Like, yeah, we keep going, like our essence, we keep going, but our bodies and our minds, they definitely have limitations on them.
It's real.
Yeah, it's good to be to, like, I guess, acknowledge those, you know, to be
grounded.
Yeah, you know, grounded. And, yeah, so you can, that's how you get the best out of your abilities. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to operate to the fullest extent if your body and your mind's fatigued, you know what I'm saying, or wore down. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So.
Yeah, man, this is all stuff, you know, that you know, it talks about in like the Art of War too, you know, and yeah, even the 48 Laws, and yeah, man, you know, keeping your forces, you know, together, trying to, you know, keep the army, you know, energized, you know, and resting when they need to rest, and energized when they need to be energized. And, yeah, man, it's real, you know, it's stuff that needs to be thought about, you know, and even for yourself, you know, because it goes even further than just warfare, you know, because, you know, essentially we're all waging war against death, you know. We're fighting it, and we got to keep going to stay alive, you know. And
yeah, because that's why we eat. You know what I'm saying? We're all eating so we can keep rebuilding our bodies, you know what I'm saying? So the bacteria or whatever in our bodies doesn't start eating itself and start killing us, you know?
Yeah, man, it is wild.
Because, like, haven't you, like, seen pictures and stuff about places that are really impoverished? They'll have people, you know, and their stomachs they have like holes in their stomachs because their bodies are literally eating themselves.
Yeah, it's wild, man. It is. It really is.
So.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah,
bodies.
Yeah, we're really just trying not to die. Everybody, it's all survival, you know. Or all, not even just that. We're trying to live, you know. So that's one thing I've been working on, just living, not just surviving.
Definitely difference.
Enjoying life. You feel me?
Yeah. To the fullest.
I mean, we're at a point in life, we're not barbarians, bro. We don't have to just survive anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go about things in such a way, you can make it through. You know what I'm saying? Like I've talked to a couple people about it. It's just like, yeah, there's a system. But at the end of the day, it's there. Like, you're not stronger than the system. Nobody out here is stronger than the system unless we come together. But it's there, you know what I'm saying? And you just gotta learn how to work within it and, you know, around it.
Yeah. Or if, you know, truly do want the change, you know, you gotta
make change it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And there's certain ways you can go about it, but it all depends, you know what I'm saying? What the moment calls for, really.
Definitely. Yeah, you gotta read the times, you know?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, man, I'm gonna keep, like, preaching about this book, but, like, yeah, you know, you can't rush change. You know, if you try to force too much change too fast, people, are gonna reject it. And, I mean, we kind of see that now. You know, like, change needs to happen. No doubt, I agree, 100%. And, I mean, we gotta get there, and it takes time. And I'd like it all to happen tomorrow, you know, but me personally, knowing the rest of reality isn't going to accept that. You know, that's going to be frightening and scary to a lot of people, even those who, you know, are benefiting off of the current system. You know, people are rich off of this system. It helps them, makes them rich and wealthy. And, you know, if you go and change, you know, these things, it's going to, you know, enrage a lot of people. And, you know, it's just what it is. You know, not everyone wins the same way. It's kind of what I've come to realize in life. And that's, you know, the same with, you know, business and everything. You know, in war, like, people win different ways, and it may not be, you know, it's not going to be pretty all the time. You know, success isn't always glitz and glamour.
Yeah. It's kind of like chess, bro.
Mm.
You know, not everyone's going to win the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, chess is all about strategy. That's exactly life, bro. You know what I'm saying? The person who thinks the furthest ahead usually wins.
Contingencies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in 2009, when I assaulted one of my fellow classmates with brass knuckles, and went to the Gilliam Institution for Young Children.
For young children.
I forgot where I was going with that, but I learned a lot. And it's wild, man. You know, it's you know, it's things like that. You know, okay, and I went through that, and because out of that, I went through what's it called, Diversion. You know, and I had to take this class about contingencies, and you learn about essentially, you know, everything has repercussion. You know, me knocking that over is going to cause a reverberation effect, and it's going to make a noise, and someone's going to hear that. You know, regardless of what that did, you know, it's an effect. You know, everything has an effect to it, no matter what. You know, and somebody's going to see it, and everyone's going to have their own interpretation and feeling towards it. And, you know, that's just what it is. And you just got to be aware of that, you know, and make the right choices, because there's going to be contingencies, you know, no matter what, good or bad.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah, like when I freaking wasn't paying attention and I took your pawn.
Yeah, you got a pawn. You know what I got?
A queen, bro.
Yeah.
Like, dang. That was wild. I was so pissed.
That's one thing too, you know, you got to learn the value of things. Because, yeah, no, I would never, you know, I would rather sacrifice, you know, a pawn than anything else.
Yep.
You know, that's just what it is, you know. And I need a pawn. I'd rather, you know, use a pawn to take a queen, you know. But
yeah, see, there's so many, like morals and just, like, little gems that are hidden within, you know, different games. You know, but chess is a huge one. It teaches you a lot about life. That's something I've been learning. It's just been teaching me a lot about life. How to really, I don't know. It's been teaching me more about myself and how I am in life. I guess I would say. You know what I'm saying? You know, and in accordance to other people. You know, because like me seeing the differences in how people play, how they approach the game, you know, really tells me a lot about myself. You feel me?
yeah.
Because then I see how I approach the game. I approach it this way in comparison to you. You know what I'm saying? Like this, or you actually approach it a little bit similar to me. Like you actually do. Me and you, how we play a lot the same. You know, you're real defensive, but I don't know what you got up your sleeve. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I play. You know, that's kind of how I like to play. But lately, I've been trying to like move, change it a little bit. You know, trying to change it how I play a little bit, so I can learn a little more. Because that's how I learn. You know, just trying things differently.
No doubt. You always got to experiment. The way I kind of look at it too is like, you know, I know anything I can do, you can do. You know, so I try not to. You know, I know when I move something, that it could be right into the spot where I would want it to be. You know, to take it. So like, I try to think like, you know, in your shoes. You know, I essentially, you know, try to get into the opponent's mind. You know, but by essentially playing what I play, but knowing that, you know, they're also gonna make moves that I make. You know, there's only so many moves that you can really make.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's finite. You know, like with the Mortal Kombat. You know, and people are like, oh, how did you learn that move? There's only so many buttons on this controller, man.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like I never look at the controls.
Yeah, you know.
Because there's only so many formations, and each player is just about the same. You know, even though the moves are different. You don't have to exactly know the move. All you gotta do is push the buttons, bro, and know which key button activates that move. You know, on the freaking the letter pad or whatever.
D-pad.
Yeah, and you just boom. You just push the freaking the analogs. Bam. Flaming kicks. That shit's real though. You know, like, that's how I've always played. Mortal Kombat, Dragon Ball Z. Fighting games are always easy to figure out. Like shooting games and stuff like that. You gotta actually be more tactical.
Yeah, I mean, see, like it's you know, nowadays it's all kind of the same. You know, like there's sort of like a general like format. You know, or like at least the way the controllers just at least on because I play console. You know, obviously computers probably a little bit different. I assume if you're playing with mouse and keyboard, obviously. But you know, you can play controllers too on computers, so that's pretty neat. But yeah, you know, with a controller, yeah, you know, only so many buttons and only so many ways, and yeah, once you play one, like a lot of them now, yeah, pretty standard.
Yeah, definitely. I guess I've just never played shooting games too much. Yeah, but yeah, they're all pretty much the same.
Yeah, triggers.
Triggers, analog, aim.
I love
grenade.
Bow.
On the bumper.
Trigger. Good times.
My brother had Call of Duty. I did play.
You wanna take the shot?
Let's do it up. It's your move.
Is it my move?
So,
I think it's yours. I moved my pawn up.
after you took my queen?
Yep, right up there in the corner.
And I moved my bishop.
To eternal life.
Eternal life and wondrous miracles.
Yummy. You know, we're young immortals now, though. Through this medium, we're stepping off into eternity. Oh, shit. Isn't that interesting, though, to think? I mean, unless the planet gets destroyed, but I wonder if, like, you know, even then, if there would be, like, just, like, a wavelength or something. Because, I mean, you know, the internet exists in the air, but I guess it comes from servers, right? So, I mean, if the servers are destroyed, then it ceases to exist, huh? Like, I wonder if an alien, you know, would be able just to use their own devices to pick up our internet. But, I mean, without, I guess, any sort of, like, the Earth was destroyed, you know. Would they still be able to be, like, pick up a frequency and be like, oh, look at this Facebook page of this dude, you know? Look at this funny guy's pictures. You know, like,
yeah.
I don't know how that all works, but that'd be interesting, you know?
Huh.
If like an alien come
Well,
across.
they say everything's eternal.
Mm. Eternal.
So, who really knows, honestly? Like, man, it's interesting, you know, in this book I'm reading, House of Hades. It's one of the, like, Percy Jackson series, kind of.
Okay.
So, like, he said, the dead will see what they believe they will. Or, the dead see what they believe they will, so do the living. That's the secret. You know, and it actually, it's an interesting notion, you know. Because everyone always talks about heaven, hell, or whatever's next, and this and that and the other. We don't know what's next. At the end of the day, we don't know what's next.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because a lot of times we only see what we want to see in life. You know what I'm saying? Or we only see what we know or believe in. And it's facts. It's like it's a legit fact.
Yeah, bro.
So,
I mean, the human mind is wild.
What if whatever's next is what you create, bro? Like, literally. I don't know. Because that's how I've been kind of feeling about even life, bro. Because I'd be going through life, and like life used to just happen when I was a kid, right? You know, it used to just happen, and things would just be next, and it was just like almost like the way it was. But like now, it's like I gotta make things happen for things to happen.
Yeah.
Like if I'm just sitting here in my house, bro, nothing happening. like there's nothing happening, bro. Like nothing's coming to me, bro. Nah, you know.
Yeah.
Nah, I gotta get up. I gotta do something to make something happen. You know, and I feel like that's the only way of deciding or of really deciding what's next. You know what I'm saying? Even after life, it's about creating it, whatever you believe. You know, we don't know what's next. I mean, I'm gonna create something hopefully beautiful. That's if that's what it comes down to, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fucking create something beautiful. I'm gonna fucking create myself a fucking dynasty of fucking crystals and, you know, gold and fucking. I'm not even a huge affinity of gold. Honestly, I'm a crystal guy. I like crystals. I'll probably have a whole bunch of fucking. I'll have a fluorite fortress. Yeah, that'd be tight. Yeah, huge fluorite fortress glowing with my freaking throne. I just sit on it and just meditate all day. This is life. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
That should be dope.
Dope. You know, life is what you make it. You know, and that's just facts too. Like, you know, I was thinking about it this morning too. Actually, you know, it's funny you bring it up because like I was sitting there, people watching at Elish's, just chilling, looking at all these different people, and I'm like, you know, essentially you can go through life, you know, go to work, go home, go to sleep, wake up, go to sleep, and do that your whole life, you know, and die and be peaceful and enjoy it, you know, and that's it. You know, but for those who really want something more, you know, they have to work for it. You know, they have to go out and get that shit. You know, it's not just gonna land in your lap. Like, yeah, people get inheritance. Yeah, someone will win the lottery here and there. But, you know, yeah, anything you truly want. You know, you want to be a rapper. You want to be an athlete. You want to be, you know, anything. You know, a doctor. You gotta go get it. You know, and like I was thinking, I was like, man, you know, 'cause I was just thinking all about life, just sitting there and. Like, yeah, you know, you're not going to get it just sitting on your ass. You know, regardless of how much you want it, you wish it, you dream it, you hope it. It's not going to happen. Like, ever. You know, because that's just not how it works, at least in this reality, you know. And I mean, I'm not going to say, you know, it doesn't happen here and there, because it does. You know, people get lucky. You know, things happen. But, you know, in 99% of all cases, those who end up successful, you know, work for it. Sacrifice, hustle, put in the time.
Yeah. Time, the effort. Yeah, I think. What's the quote? I don't know if it was a quote. I think I just heard someone say it actually on like a podcast or an interview or something. It's like, yeah, you see him, he's so successful, you know what I'm saying, you wish you could be him, but are you willing to put in the work and the time and effort, everything that he's doing to hold that position?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people just see the image, the
end
outside.
product.
Yeah, exactly, you know what I'm saying, but they don't see the work, the grind, you know, what it took to really get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, ask anyone successful. Yeah, no one's successful. if they're really successful and they're continuously breeding success, yeah, they'll all tell you gotta work for it. You know what I'm saying? All the biggest companies, all the fucking biggest CEOs, the greatest athletes, the freaking anybody who's ever made it to excellence, you know what I'm saying, in their eyes. They'll tell you gotta work for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta push yourself. You gotta want it.
Yeah.
You gotta really want it so bad that you can't go without it. And you're gonna do anything in your power to get it, no matter what's in your way or tries to get in your way. You know?
Yeah.
Don't stop digging before you strike gold. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Like for real. Like that's one thing I've been trying to keep in mind too. Just you can't give up. You know, right before you start, you're like right there.
Definitely, man.
I always think of that picture on Facebook.
Yeah.
The dude, he's walking back with the fucking thing, you know, and the goal's right there. And then you got the other guy. He's almost there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man, it's true. You know, you gotta persevere too. You know, you're doing good stuff. You know, that's why you gotta be accustomed to it a little bit. You know, at least learn from it. You know, be willing to stand back from yourself and look at it objectively, rather than get so emotional and take everything personally. Because yeah, man, you know, once you take all that shit personal, like, you know, that's one thing too. I really started to like look at everything. You know, like, you know, everyone's hurting. You know, everyone has past. You know, this person went through a million interactions before. I think we talked about sport before you came to me. You know, like, you know, when you meet me, you know, you could have been like fucked over so many times and hurt and betrayed, and you see me as another person that's gonna come and hurt and betray you. And no doubt, like, I can see how you could see that, you know, but it's like, you know, you can't take everything personally. You know, everyone's hurt, you know, so like, yeah, when I see that, you know, someone's like, you know, maybe rude to me or something, you know, I try to, you know, I understand, you know, you're having a bad day. Like,
we're
it's
all
okay.
going through it out here.
Yeah, you know,
man.
shit. Like, I get it, bro.
It's hard out here.
Yeah.
You know, it's
You know,
tough, you know.
It ain't easy. You're living, bro. That shit's hard as fuck.
Yeah, bro, for real, man.
Oh my god, dude. Like, you're doing shit. You think, you know, I get like people are all scared about like, you know, stage performance, stuff like that. That's like the, you know, number one fear or whatever. But shit, bro. You're living. Like, you're surviving. You're not in the dirt. Like,
you appeared today
shit.
and you're here.
Yeah, you're moving. You're doing something. Like, shit, dude. Like,
nah, for real, yeah. Even if you're just going to work, man, like, you're doing something, man. Like for real. As long as you're not just sitting on your ass, you know.
Yeah, bro, you're providing.
Yeah. You can definitely salute someone like that. You know, it's honorable. You know, someone who takes care.
Life, it's, you know, and you gotta find the small victories. You know, you can't try to hold yourself too high. And if you do, yeah, of course, but there's also goals in between. You know, there's achievements you gotta hit before you hit that ultimate. You know, you can't be the president. Well, I'm not gonna say that. You can't be a doctor. You know, just go stand in one day and want to decide to be a doctor. You know, you gotta train for that shit.
Yeah, for real, bro. You gotta study.
Yeah.
You gotta learn.
You gotta read some books, do some essays.
Yeah. A lot of this.
A dissertation or two.
Yeah, a lot of surgeries, I'm sure. You know, some practice surgeries.
Yeah.
You gotta do a lot, I'm sure, to become a doctor.
Yeah, takes time.
And that's with everything.
Yeah.
Everything just takes time.
You have patience.
And patience, bro.
Did you did that?
That word. You know, that's one thing I gotta be trying to grasp too, is the fact that patience doesn't end, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, I know one thing I used to always like fall into this thought process of like, fuck man, I've not been patient enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you're not patient. Once you're like in a rush or you're like, you know, you're not patient. You know what I'm saying? Once you're not patient enough, or once you're patient enough, you know what I'm saying? You're not patient, you know what I'm saying? Because your patience ends. Patience doesn't end. That's what you gotta learn too. You can't stop being patient. That's why there's always things coming around trying to teach us to be patient. Every fucking day, bro. I swear, at least for me, man. I don't know, man. I see things a little bit differently than most people I know. But,
yeah.
But I know, like, things are always speaking to me in certain ways, you know, and like I'm just like, man, like how I said, this whole situation, you know, with the car, and just gotta be patient. Yeah, fine. I finally just I'm riding it now. I'm freaking riding the wave, just going with it, you know. I got work tomorrow. I'm chilling.
Yeah, bro. I'm glad you brought that up. That's hard, honestly. I never thought of it like that, and I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Patience never ends.
Nah, for real. You know, just that, like that thought's actually helped me a lot. Just knowing that patience never ends. You know, because like my brother told me, he's like, you should gotta be patient, bro. You know, it hit me. I was like, you're right, bro. I should be patient. And then I just stopped tripping about it, you know, because like I was like in a rush, kind of like, I just want to get my car back. Like these motherfuckers. He's like, bro, just be patient. I'm just like, you know, and yeah, man, it all comes in, you know, when it needs to. You feel me? That's how I always see. Even like looking back at my life and a lot of things that happened, I've always had everything I needed to when I needed it. You know, so that's why I don't know. I don't believe in God per se. I believe in a higher power. You know what I'm saying? In spirit, and I know that there's something that looks out for us.
Yes.
In times like that, we really fucking don't have anybody.
Definitely, man.
I'm sure just about anybody has had some type of experience when they were at their lowest, and they've had like a presence like that was there. You know? And that's how I feel, you know, and that's what keeps me going. It's just that, just knowing that, and just how I've evaluated my life and seen my life work out for me in certain ways, you know. And I feel like it's been trying to teach me, you know, and talk to me. So I'm trying to like learn. Sometimes it's hard. Lessons aren't always easy, you know. Shit.
Sure. Sometimes you're not ready for them, and that's, you know, takes longer to learn them.
Yeah, that's another thing. I was ready. One thing I used to always get caught up in is think I'm ready for everything. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But you can only be so ready. Regardless, you can only be so ready to the point of what you know. You know what I'm saying? You can never be ready for what you don't know. And you don't know what you don't know. Like, and that's the thing. That's the crazy thing too, you know. Like, especially if you think you know it all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. You know, I definitely feel that, and so in that though, because you know you don't know what you don't know, what I've become, you know, kind of a believer of like, you know, I fucking idolize Batman.
I idolize Batman.
Bro, like contingencies, bro. More than, you know, outside of this game of chess, contingencies. You know, I think about it, bro. What if? You know, if this happens, what is my plan? You know, if that comes this way and tries to harm me and take mine, you know, or tries to impede my journey and goals, what is my plan to thwart that? You know, and I have those. You know, I've thought about them, and I have sort of, you know, like, you know, when it rains, you know, I have certain, you know, I have multiple ways of having maybe an umbrella or a jacket around that is gonna, you know, protect me from this, you know, inclement weather. I've thought about this kind of shit, and like, you know, when you get like that, you know, obviously you can't prepare for everything, but, you know, if you have the ability to have certain things in place where, you know, that situation does arise, you know, why not?
Exactly, bro. Like, why not? Yeah, it's like, it helps, you know?
Yeah.
Because like we were talking on the last podcast, you know, when I was saying how certain things, if I would pay attention in school, you know, they would help me along the way. You know what I'm saying? Just to have had them. You know, the fact that I didn't have them, you know, that there's moments where I was like, man, that would have been useful to really grasp at the time, you know, and being able to use at this point. You feel me? And yeah, it just helps. It just helps to have things, you know, that are in preparation for a certain outcome or a certain circumstance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it goes beyond material objects too.
Yeah.
It's like mentality.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's life. You know, you want to know how to approach life, regardless.
Or skill, you know.
Yeah.
You want to know how to change a tire. You want to know how to, do anything. How to pump gas.
Oh, exactly. You never know if you're in a circumstance you stranded in the middle of nowhere. You have no phone, bro. Maybe end times. Who knows, man? You have to. There's no one you can go to at this time. The end times. Oh man, fuck, man. Who do I trust? I gotta change this tire. If you don't know how to change that tire, bro, you're fucked. Like, I guess I gotta steal another car or something.
Gonna walk until you see the next one die of thirst, and Buzzard's gonna have dinner for you.
Exactly, you know, you're gonna be helpless.
Yeah, man.
To be out there just freaking. Probably crying. Oh, I ain't alive.
Yeah, but it's about asking questions, you know, like, be willing to learn, man. Don't be so rigid.
Exactly, bro. You know, and
you don't know everything. Nobody knows everything.
It's interesting because, like, I was thinking about it. Like, I had an acid trip. I think it was a shroom trip. Because I always wanted, like, to learn from people. But I didn't realize how, like, ignorant I was a lot of the time. I would be unwilling to learn from people because I'd be so stuck in my way, you know. And I had to become my own teacher. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like what I had to teach myself was how to learn from other people. And now I feel like I'm ready to learn from other people. You know what I'm saying? That's why I've been opening up to a lot of learning. You know, like that's why I've been playing chess. And my brother's been teaching me what he knows. Johnny's been teaching me what he knows. Like playing ball, bro. Kilo be teaching me. You know what I'm saying? Like people just know things. You know what I'm saying? You never know what people know until you ask.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, even if it's like total bullshit, and it's bullshit. Like keep an open ear. You know?
Exactly, bro. Or you can learn for yourself, you know, and like, is it bullshit? Do you really even know it's bullshit?
Yeah, get some perspective.
Yeah.
Think on the other side.
Exactly, so that's what I try to do. I try to be a little open, to just anything that kind of comes my way, because usually what comes my way is for a reason. That's how I see it, so.
I see everything is meant to be as well. Everything happens for a reason, and it has a lesson to be gleaned from, in every way. Everything truly has higher purpose and meaning. Once you see past, the dilemma and the setback that it gives you, there's so much to be learned from it. And I mean, and everyone takes it different, and people take it to different extremes, good or bad. And it's just what, it's human nature.
Yeah. And I think, who knows, man? It'll probably be that way for a while.
Forever.
Who knows? Maybe we'll evolve out of that. And we'll start operating different. I don't know.
Maybe. I read I don't know, I was reading this article. I think it was kind of like a satirical article, just like talking shit. But it was like talking about how, like, essentially, a lot of the people who are, having sex and reproducing are the people who are not as intelligent as others, right? And so their offspring are not going to be getting, it's going to be different, and they're going to be multiplying, and that essentially there's going to be a lot more uneducated people in the world opposed to the people who are educated, and it's going to, just be like that. And I was like, what an interesting thing to say.
What an interesting thing to say. Yeah.
That's just reality, though, Like, people are going to have sex. You know what I mean? Yeah, if you're more prone to knowing that, contraceptive, wearing a condom, is going to keep you from having a baby, yeah, you're going to use that. And if you don't know it, you're not going to use it, and it's all just about education, and how do we get people educated, and it's...
You gotta get people to like education first.
Yeah, bro. People don't want it because, and plus, the way it's presented to people is always, Especially with some teachers, I can definitely understand, you know, why you wouldn't want to learn.
Yeah, since I hated learning from some teachers. There's certain teachers, you know, they're just fun and they're cool. You know what I'm saying? They didn't give you a hard time. They try to make the best of the freaking experience with the people in class. You need more people like that.
Yeah, man. You know, yeah, you gotta have a good teacher. You know, if you don't have a teacher that you can, you know, relate to or work with, like it's, you know, you don't want to learn. You know, and it makes it that much harder and a detriment to your own education.
Straight up, man. You know what I'm saying? And the teacher has to learn how to. They have to know how to understand. Like, a good teacher has to understand their students. You know? So.
Definitely. Yeah, they can't be so rigid.
Yeah, exactly. Not so rigid.
Yeah,
it's a huge thing.
It's in the repertoire.
Yeah, man, we have to put that like in the freaking in the parentheses. Don't be rigid.
No rigidness. No rigidity.
No rigidity. That's the word. No rigidity.
Shit, man. Life's a trip. So I'm thinking, it's your move.
Is it? What'd you move?
What'd you move?
I told you I moved my bishop.
From where? Oh, man. Well, it's okay. I think we'll just finish this game afterwards and we'll let you know how it goes, but I'll make a move now.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I'm so wild. It's like
yeah, life's a trip.
fucking mind-blowing at times.
Man, it's greatness on the horizon.
Always, man. You gotta keep the hope, optimism.
Not even just that, you know, just that's how like life. If you see life and you really look at it, it's in a constant process of getting better. War is not the same as it used to be. Yeah, it could be more destructive because of the power of our weapons, you know. But yeah, it's not like how it was, you know, back 100 years ago.
Yeah, it's true, man. You know, we definitely have progressed. Times have changed. You know, we're definitely not as barbaric. We're not.
Yeah.
Well, in certain areas,
areas.
We're not all barbarians.
Don't
There's
look at the media.
around the world who
don't mind the media. They don't
practice barbarism. But you know, it's yeah. You know, times definitely have changed, and I mean, yeah. You know, we're come to a certain point where actually I was talking to my dad about this. You know, yeah. You know, things obviously will, should, and can be better, always. You know, especially in this point in period, but it definitely can be, right? But, you know, in reality, I think this is definitely one of the best times to be alive. You know what I mean? Like, we have running water, we have, you know, electricity. You know, it's only been 200 years that this, you know, country's been running, and, you know, we're already, like, well past, you know, the Roman Empire that lasted for, like, 1,000. And, you know, we have, like, yeah, you know, running water, toilets, we have, you know, everything's functioning, you know, well enough right now, you know, to keep everything stable. And, you know, it works, you know, and it's obviously, you know, the more fancier things like the arts, you know, the movies, the, you know, stuff, they're great, you know, they're nice, you know, they're good to indulge in, and it's a good, you know, like, this is obviously the height in my opinion, but, you know, it definitely is, obviously, in my perspective, from my, you know, first world sittings, you know, but, you know, things definitely are better, you know, and they always could be better as well, but in comparison to, you know, 50 years ago, you know, things have definitely changed for the better, you know, we're definitely not where we could be or should be, but, shit, man, you gotta take it as it is sometimes.
Yeah, bro. Just keep rolling with the punches.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah,
what do you think about that? I mean, right? Shit, dude, we got everything. We got fucking computers. We got, you know, shit, access to knowledge. Like, wow.
Yeah, man, this is definitely a huge time. You know? It's like a pinnacle.
Yeah, it's a hype.
Sorts.
We gotta be careful. There's gonna be a fall soon.
There's gonna be a fall soon. Unless that was COVID.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that was the rebirth when I'm back. Shit, dude. Gotta hit the church real quick. You ever been to this church?
Oh, yeah. The Richie nightclub?
Yeah, I mean...
Nah, I haven't. I've never been.
I've been once. It was interesting. It was kind of dead.
You did?
But I think it was the time I went. But it was a while ago. It was like 2 years ago.
I've never actually been to the club.
Have we performed at a club before? Yeah, the Cannabis Club. I mean, it's not like
it's not a club.
It was cool though. That was fun. Down in Springs.
Yeah.
They should be opening up soon. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be tight. I wonder what they be doing over there. Kind of any events.
Yeah, really good time.
It should be fun. Dang, man.
It's still my move.
Yeah, bro. What you doing?
Shit, I'm sleeping, bro.
See that?
Yeah.
See that?
Oh.
I'm not doing my water.
Supplementing. Evaporate.
If anything, I would rather transform you to gold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep at it though. Soon.
Soon. I touch you to the gold. I guess.
Yes. Well. Oh man. You wanna make a move? We're at a 51-18. And then we'll right here. Let's do a one more shot.
Let's do one more shot. I'll make my move.
We'll finish up after that. And we'll let you know how it goes.
I shall destroy you.
Yes. Yes, I'm waiting.
I know.
I sit in waiting for the destruction. I found such times to befall me. Some Hennessy, sir.
Some Hennessy, sir. Sir.
Yeah, the table gets some. Yes. You make your move yet?
Yes,
Pawn for a pawn, eh?
Pawn for a pawn, eh?
Hey! Well, there you go. It's moist.
It was moist, my friend. Soaked.
Well.
Very well, then.
My 5 teaspoons here.
We shall put this to great new comings.
Oh yes. Always and forever. Yummy. Woo! Alrighty, guys. Thank y'all very much. Keep up the viewership. Appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your homies. If you're interested, let us know.
Yo.
Don't be a stranger.
Stay tuned for what's next. We'll finish this game. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Peace and love, y'all.